Okay, if you have to go to the bathroom during our lesson, or our lesson's going to be just like it normally is, we are going to have, who's sharing out? We are going to have Lolly and Xavier sharing out their thinking from their task on Tuesday. We'll do that real quick. When you guys go to the carpet, just crisscross real quick. We won't be over there for very long. Aaron. And then we'll be back for a little fluency warm-up and then our whole class. And then the only difference is Miss Lanigan's going to be here today. You know how my group's been really big since Miss Sabo hasn't been here? Miss Lanigan's going to be here today. So half of my group is going to be at Miss Lanigan's table. So you're going to still be doing all your work. You just need to take a pencil with you. Okay? All right, and Daryl went to get a cough drop right here. So I guess we'll...
You want to wait, or you can start at any time, so whatever you feel comfortable
Okay, why don't you at least scooch his chair in? He has a really bad hacky cough. You would get nothing if you didn't get it. Too bad I can't pull out my stash of cough medicine for you guys, huh? All right, well, let me know when do you just want us to start?
We're on, so
okay.
Whenever you're on.
All right, so good morning, students.
Good morning.
Okay, this morning we are going to start out with some fluency practice. So I'd like you to take your whiteboards and write your skip counts of 4. And remember the order that we've been writing those. It's kind of important to help our brain remember. Everyone ready? And go. If you get stuck, maybe your partner can help you out. Very nice. Good job. Yeah, but you just write them on that one side. If you're stuck, what's a strategy you can use? Can you sing that? You can sing that chant. You can actually do some count bys. You could ask your partner for some help. Good job. Nice job remembering our rows. I like the way Leah underlined her count bys. If that helps you. Okay, everyone ready? Okay, with your elbow partner, please, longs going first, please quickly read your skip count to your partner. Everybody ready? Fingers on? Okay, and you could read with me since you have a partner. Okay, ready? Go.
4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 44, 48.
Awesome. And switch? Okay, eyes up. Oh, that was kind of fast. Who did it without looking at their whiteboard? Okay, if you need that board as we practice today, go ahead and use it. I would like to see you pointing along with the song. The song's kind of fast, right? So try and point as you go in order not to get stuck. And I need to hear everyone doing the chant, okay? All right, thumbs up if you're ready. Okay. And we're not going to do the last part, just the chant part. Oh. Everybody. 36, 40, 44, 48, 36, 40, 44, 48, 36, 40, 44, 48, 36, 40, 44, 48, 36, 40, 44, 48. We study, we practice, and that's how we know our score times two. We study, we practice, and that's how we know gonna hold off on that.
Yes.
Okay, that last sequence, 36, 40, 44, 48, was when you did your assessment last week. Those were the skip counts that you were getting stuck on. So remember, if you can't chant, if you get stuck, do the chant. Use your fingers to help you keep track of where you're at. Okay, let's try our fingers real quick before we finish up with this. Ready? So remember, when you put your first finger up, that means that's 4 groups of 1, 4 groups of 2, 4 groups of 3, 4, 5, 4 groups of 6, 4 groups of 7. A lot of you had the skip count down, but you weren't associating it with using your fingers to help you keep track of where you were. Yes, Hugo.
When you give us one of those homeworks, I did it with my fingers.
You did do it? Did you skip count with your fingers? Okay, good job.
When we did our homework, it's just like few ones. I used my fingers, but I kept kind of getting stuck, so I kept doing it.
Very good. Your homework, boys and girls, have been reinforcing this for skip counting. So hopefully you're going to feel more comfortable tomorrow when we reassess. Thumbs up if you think you're going to feel comfortable. Show me your confidence. Fist to 5. Well, not sure. Okay, remember 5 if you think you're going to rock it. 4, you're pretty sure. Fist if you've never even heard of the 4 skip counting. Oh, better not hear that. Better not see that. Okay. So let's do it with our fingers real quick before we wrap this up. Ready? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. Let's see if we can do it faster. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. Ooh, who kept up? Who'd like to try out by themselves? Super speedy. Who thinks they could do it? Super speedy. No. Thumbs up. Okay, Matai, go. Oh, real loud. Real loud. Ready? Okay, ready, go. Someone else want to try? Yes. What? Okay, Aaron.
It's hard.
Aaron, see. You can look at your board.
4, 8, 12, and then from 16, 24, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 48.
All right, good job. Okay, why don't we'll practice a little bit more in our fluency maybe at the end of the lesson, okay? This is what you should be practicing at home. All right, slide your, or go ahead and erase your whiteboards. We're gonna come to the oval carpet and have Sit, Lolly, and Xavier share out their thinking from their math task from Tuesday. Was that Tuesday?
Yeah.
From Tuesday. So if Xavier and Sit, Lolly want to come up first, and then we'll have Lucero's table. Daniel. Okay, we need to be moving efficiently. David's table and Matai's table. Do you guys want to grab a pointer? Okay. And just sit crisscross real quick. We're just going to be here for a minute. 2 minutes. Oh, I said your table? Cool. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for getting to the carpet quickly. You should be crisscross. Okay, so on Tuesday you had a task that involved Lucero and some flowers. Thumbs up if you remember that task. Okay, when I looked over your work, I loved the different strategies that I saw you using, but we got so busy on, well, we had a day when I wasn't here, we got a little busy, we didn't have time to share out our thinking on the task. So, Sit, Lolly, who wants to start? Okay, should we read the task? Should we read the problem together? Okay, let's read it together. Can you guys see it from there? Yeah. Okay, ready? Go. Lucero picks 16 flowers. She makes equal bundles of flowers and gives one bundle to each of her 3 friends. She keeps a bundle for herself too. How many flowers does Lucero put in each bundle? So this was there was a little trick in here. Some of you caught it and some of you did not. So you want to explain your thinking to us, Sit, Lolly?
I thought that there was 4 in each bundle because there were 16 flowers in the house, so I started counting by 4. And I said 4, 8, 12, and then 16. And then I knew that there was 4 in each.
Okay, I'm sorry. And then Xavier, can you explain what you did on your side?
I draw the number bonds, which is 16, and I should draw 4 in the circle.
Okay, and what does the 16 represent, Xavier?
The number?
The total number of flowers? Okay, and how about the 4s? What do your 4 circles of 4 represent? How many groups of? Okay, so raise your hand if you have, if you would like to comment on Lolly or Xavier's thinking. Hello. Yes.
I like the number bonds and the fact family. Yeah.
Okay, real loud so we can hear.
I like the number bond because I know that you do 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 6.
Okay, turn and talk with your neighbor about the strategies they use. Which strategy up there is friendly to your brain? Go. Okay, eyes up.
Eyes up.
Okay. What do we say? Did anyone else have any? Mary Ellie, which strategy was more friendly to your brain? The fact family. Thumbs up if you agree with Mary Ellie. Showing the fact family is friendly for you. Okay. Anyone else like to share out theirs? Leah. Xavier's. What? I'm sorry. Xavier's number bond. Okay. Are we in agreement with his number bond?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone disagree? Okay. All right. Thank you guys very much. Let's give them a looking good for sharing their thinking with us. Ready? Everybody ready? Looking good. Okay. We have one other that we'll share if we have time at the end of our lesson. We'll come back to the carpet. We have Matai and Mary's as well. Okay. Right now, though, we're going to head back to our seat and we are going to try out one of the application problems that we rehearsed or that we worked on yesterday. Okay? All right, let's head back to our seats. Okay, thank you for getting to your seats so quickly. Nice job. Okay, on the board we have our objective up there. I'm going to read that and then you guys can echo read it after. We will be able to create array models of pairs of multiplication division equations to explain the commutative property of multiplication. Everybody ready together? Go. We will be able to create array models of pairs of multiplication division equation to explain the commutative property of multiplication. Okay, we've been working on this and we actually gave it a symbol yesterday. Our motion yesterday for commutative property. Who remembers what our motion was? Xavier. Yeah, but we did a motion. Daniel. Well, that's another name for commutative. Remember, the commutative property is one of those mathematical vocabulary words that
you turn it 90 degrees.
Yeah, but who remembers what we were doing with our what did we decide to use for that as a motion? Has to with our hands. Can we all say? Let's all say. And remember how we divided? Let me see. We put this up on the board? Did we divide it into syllables to help it a little bit easier? Oh, we did. Let's see. Let's see if we can do that right now. It's a little hard to say, right? Who had a hard time pronouncing this? How did we divide it into syllables? Co, mu, ta, tiv. Oh, I covered up some of the T's. Okay, ready? Let's say it together. Commutative. And so why did we do this with our hands? What did that represent? Yeah, switching what switches places? Oh, which numbers?
Arrays.
Well, they're array switches, but what Oh, close.
Fact.
Factor.
Factor.
The factors. Let me ask you again. What switches places? What exchanges places? The factors. Let's say it together one more time. Commutative. Oh, everyone together? Commutative. Okay, good job. All right, on your boards today, I would like you to take a look at this array. And on your whiteboards, I would like you to write a multiplication equation that represents that picture. A multiplication equation that represents that picture. In 15 seconds, go. Equation. Good job. Check your partner's board. See if their thinking is like yours. Okay, we ready to reveal? In 3, 2, 1, reveal. Okay, I see a little different thinking. I see 4 groups of 2, and I see 2 groups of 4. Anyone have a comment about that? Who had the, let's see, Jesus. Jesus showed 4 groups of 2. Any comments about that equation? Sit, Lolly.
I disagree with Jesus because I think there is 2 rows of 4.
Okay, you think there's 2 groups of 4. Anyone else would like to comment? Okay, remember our first factor usually is going to represent how many groups we have. How many groups do we have?
4.
Oh, how many? What's our number of groups?
2.
What is our group size?
4.
4. So that's confusing to think about, group and group size. But we have 2 groups. So what would have to happen with Jesus's factors?
You have to use the community.
Yeah, we'd have to switch places because that doesn't actually represent that picture, right? What would represent that picture would be 2 groups of 4. Okay, very nice. Okay, how about a division equation that goes with that? Oh, on your boards? Ready in 5, 4. Let me give you context real quick before I start counting down. I have 8 oranges, and I want to share them with 2 of my friends. Go. An equal sharing equation that matches that picture. I have 8 oranges that I want to share with 2 of my friends. Okay, reveal in 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Check your partner's board. Anyone need to fix anything on their board? No, we're good. Okay, let's see. Gustavo, what should we have for our equal sharing equation? 8 shared with 2 friends equals 4. And remember our context, what were we sharing? Did I say what we're sharing?
No.
Oh, let's get oranges. So let's read Gustavo's equation, giving it a context. Ready? 8 oranges shared by 2 friends equals 4 oranges each, or 4 for each friend. Remember, we have our group and we have our group size. What were we missing in the multiplication equation? Here's our groups. Here's our group size. We were missing our product, our total amount. What is 2 groups of 4?
8.
Oh, say it again. 2 groups of 4? 8. Nice job. Okay, let's go ahead and erase our boards. We're going to try one more real quick. And I think we had a little word problem there. Okay, let's take a look at this. Erase your board though, because I want you to start fresh with this one. Let's see who, let's give it a context real quick. Oh. Everyone ready? We're going to read. How about we snap read this real quick? Can everyone see? Okay, Lucero has 15 balls. She shared the
Balls.
equally with.
5 friends.
Okay, let's read all together. Lucero has 15 soccer balls. She shared the balls equally with 5 friends. Could you please write a multiplication equation that matches that context? Sharing out in an equation first. Equation. We don't need a picture right now. Yeah, the picture, boys and girls, picture's already here for you. You need an equation that matches this picture. Sharing out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Okay, were we doing a multiplication or equal sharing? Multiplication first. Multiplication first. Okay, boards down. Let's see. Aaron C., what did you write for your multiplication equation?
I wrote 5. Since I saw that there were 5 groups, I just wrote 5 and I multiplication.
Okay, so there you saw that there were 5 groups.
5 friends.
5 friends?
There's 3 soccer, 15 soccer balls, so then you have to share it with 3 groups.
Okay, so 5 groups of
3
3 equals 15. Okay, comments on Aaron's equation? Leah. Real loud, honey.
I like the way he knew it because when he said the first number is the group size.
Mm-hmm.
Then he counted the groups and then he counted the soccer balls.
Yeah, he first counted the groups, so let's count together how many groups we have. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Aaron counted the group size. Let's count how many in each group. 1, 2, 3. So then he knew 5 groups of 3. Okay, with the same context, can you please on your board show me a division, an equal sharing equation? A division equal sharing that matches this context. Think about how many friends, good job, how many friends are sharing the soccer balls? That's why thinking about that context is going to help you with the equation. How many friends shared those soccer balls? Awesome. Good job. Reveal in 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. No, very nice. Good job. Okay, so what should we have, Mary Ellie? Can you share what you wrote for your division equation? Oh, can you share with us using the context? 15. What are we talking about? Shared by how? 5 what? Can you tell me more? 5 friends. Mm-hmm. Equals 3. What are we counting? Equals 3 soccer balls each. Let's all repeat what Mary Ellie just said. Ready? 15 soccer balls shared by 5 friends equals 3 soccer balls each. Great job. You guys are how fist of 5. How confident you're getting on connecting the multiplication and division. Wow. Remember last week? Show me fist of 5 how you were last week. Honest. Okay. Yeah, you guys have came a long way. Last week, there was a lot of these last week, right? And slowly but surely, awesome. Kiss your brain. Good job. Okay, I think we're going to do one more. Okay, last one. Take a look at this picture. We're going to do one last one. Multiplication equation that matches this. Let me give you a context. Oh, I'm in this one. Ms. Wood has 12 pencils. She shared her pencils with 3 students. Okay, sharing out in 5, 4, 3. I'll read it one more time. Miss Wood has 12 pencils all together. She's sharing her pencils with 3 students. Okay, reveal in 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, ooh. Check your neighbor's board. See if you have any comments to give them before we share out all together. Okay, think about how many groups we have. Think about how many groups. Destiny, how many groups of pencils do we have? Oh, do we have 4 groups? Let's count our groups real quick. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 groups because we have how many students? 3. I'm sharing the pencils with 3 students. How many, Gustavo, are in each group? 4. So let's read, or let's see who, Hugo, can you tell me your equation your multiplication equation?
3.
3, can you give me a context?
3 pencils.
Can someone help him out? 3 what? Nia. 3 students have
Shared by 4 or 12.
okay, 3. Well, we've already shared. We're kind of working backwards. 3 students sharing how many pencils? 4 pencils equals how many pencils altogether? 15 or let's count by 4s. Ready? Oh, you should have this, right? 4, 8, 12. If we put the count bys underneath, 4, 8, 12. Okay, so it would equal how many pencils altogether? What were we solving for on this one? Jamie, what were we solving for in this problem? Did we know the total amount of pencils?
Yes.
Did we know how many pencils were going to be in each group?
Yes.
Okay. Not from the word problem, we didn't. The picture kind of helped us out. Okay, one last one. Show me a equal groups or equal sharing equation. Equal sharing. Oh, you already wrote it? Okay, if you already wrote it, check your partner's board. Think about equal sharing. How many pencils do we have all together? Oh, a little. Oh, look at what did you guys have the same thing on your board or a little different? Okay, you have 12 pencils shared by 3 students equals 4 pencils each. You have 12 pencils shared by 3 students. How many students do? Oh, well, actually, so do we have 4 students or 3 students? 3. Okay. Okay, eyes up.
Eyes up.
Okay, we're going to go ahead. We'll come back to this, but I know that equal or the group size. What number represents the total? What numbers are factors? It's kind of confusing. So that's why we're doing lots of practice, and I think you guys are doing a wonderful job grabbing hold of those concepts. Let's go ahead and erase your boards. Yeah, we're going to erase. We'll come back and share just a little bit more. Okay, in your math notebooks, let's go ahead and turn to our next math task. It should be on page 43. Your whiteboards, we're going to be using them again. If you want to just tuck them underneath your green notebooks. I think 43, 44. Well, wherever you stuck it, that's fine. Okay, show me a table that's ready in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, on Friday, which is tomorrow, you're going to be doing a math task like this all by yourself independently, like our exit tickets. So I want you really paying close attention, your neighbor, and we can scaffold, but you really should be getting the idea for strategies to solve these word problems all by yourself. Who thinks they have at least 3 strategies to solve word problems now that they feel really comfortable with? Okay, Hugo? Do you have at least 3 strategies to solve word problems now? Oh, but when you start to solve them, can you think of at least 3 things you can do? Okay. Who can tell me about the RDW process? RDW process. David.
It's read, draw, and write.
Read, draw, and write. What are we reading? Hugo.
The passage.
The word problem or the passage. Aaron, what are we drawing?
We're drawing we're drawing how much things there is in the left and how much.
Okay, so we're either drawing by a picture, representation, or an array. Okay, and what else are we? What are we writing about? Ari. So after we read, after we draw, what are we writing? What's our next step? Can you get some help from your table?
You write an equation or a sentence.
Okay, can you repeat what Lolly said, Ari? You write a number equation, multiplication and or division, if both apply, you write both. And then what's our next writing? What did you say after that? A word sentence. Okay, and then are we done? Is there one more strategy you could use to help make sense of the problem in your mind? Mary? The number bond. Yeah, so once you get done with all of the strategies, once you get done with all of the steps, the number bond can help your brain say, yeah, that answer makes sense, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to read it through the first time, then we're going to snap read, and you can begin. If you need to help with your partner, you can work together in pairs, or if you feel comfortable on your own, you could work independently. Okay, so I'm going to read through. How about you follow along in your math notebook instead of looking up at the board? Okay, I'm waiting for one person. David? Okay, so follow along and then we'll skip read right after, snap read. Daniel has 20 Hot Wheel cars for the class incline plane exploration. He makes equal groups of cars and gives one group to each of his 3 friends. How many cars are in each group? Oh, I think we left out something on this problem.
Yeah,
you know what?
Daniel also keeps one for him.
What is that what yours says?
Yeah, Daniel
Oh,
also
Miss
keeps
Wood left
one.
off one important part. Let's all read your sentence that says Daniel together. Ready?
Daniel
Daniel also keeps a group of cars for himself. So while you're working on your problem, I'm going to add that in somewhere. I'll squeeze it in. Okay, you ready? Let's see. Can we do this in 3 minutes? Show me with your fingers how many minutes it's going to take you to get through the entire RDW process. 1 minute, 5 minutes. Oh, 10 minutes is too long. Oh, let's compromise with 3.5. Ready? Oh, let me get a timer. Remember, if you need help from your partners, you can do that. Ready? Begin. Oh, sorry. It's okay. I'll get you another one. Okay, so what do you do in your first part of your step? How do you know to do 4? Oh, good thinking. Give me 5. Good job. Be careful. There's that little hidden fact up there that I kind of forgot to include on mine on the board. Don't forget about that. Okay, so what did you do right here?
I looked at the circle.
And how did you know to draw 4?
Because you didn't say right here that Daniel got 1, 2, then and I put 1 more and equals 4. And when I started putting the circle.
So that was these are your, what are these? These represent your group. I know, but the circles represent your groups. Okay, and what about the dots inside?
How many did they grab? And they got inside each group.
Okay, and what do we call that? How many is inside each group? Do you remember what that's called? Group size. Can you say that? Group size. And how did you know to put 5? Did you just do one for you, one for you, one for you? Very nice. Good job. Very nice on your number bunch. Can you show me an equation for that? An equation that matches this. Okay. Very nice. What do the tally marks inside represent? So that's your group. What do we call that? The number of groups or the group size? The group size. Good job. Can you show me an equation for that? So we're looking for a multiplication and a division. Is Daniel sharing the cars, boys and girls?
Yes.
He's sharing the cars. In sharing the cars, he has to form some groups. So you should have a group equation, group self equation, and an equal sharing division equation. So think about both equations before you put your answer in words. And don't forget the equation step. Oh, let's check our time. Ooh, we have about half a minute left. Okay, remember when you get to your word sentence, we need to have what at the beginning? Capitals and periods for those word sentence. Good, you're ready for your word sentence. Very nice. Oh, loving your strategies. If you drew an array, could you please label that array? Nice job. Okay, so he has how many friends did he end up with? 3 friends. Anybody else? What about this one? Daniel also. Can you read this? Okay, so he's got 3 friends plus Daniel. So how many groups do we have? 4. Oh, did you write 4? Did you do 4 right here? Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready to share out with your partner in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, how about we stop wherever you, however far you got in the RDW process. Just let's take a pause. Take a look at your partner's work and see if you notice any ahas or anything that you would like to comment on. How about we have short hairs go first. Ready? Go. And you can share with me since your partner is not here. Okay, what did you do first?
I put first to figure out the answer, I put 4 circles including Daniel. And then I put.
And what do the circles? First of all, I'm glad you noticed Daniel instead of just 3. What do the circles represent?
The groups.
How many groups, right? And how did you figure out how many went in each group?
Putting tally marks and targets.
Good. So you just want 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. Awesome. And what does that represent inside?
4 groups of.
But what do we call that? And switch to longs. Okay. What do we call
5
this?
groups of 4.
Yeah, it's 4. Actually, it's 4 groups of 5. But what is your 5 inside? We know how many groups. How many groups do we have?
5 and
4 groups, and our group size 5. Good job. How about like some count bys underneath here? Could you do some count bys? What would that look like?
4.
No. 4 or 5?
5.
5. 10. Awesome. Good job. Okay, eyes up. Okay, I love the strategies that I saw. I've seen arrays, I've some picture representations, some really nice number bonds. One thing though that I haven't seen, let me look very carefully. Oh, no, I just saw one. Oh, I just saw another one. One thing I would really like you to start including in your picture representation is the count bys that go underneath. Where would the count bys go underneath? Matai?
Underneath, like you put 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, and then you just write 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay, let's back up just a little bit. Let's see, David, would you like to share what you did first? What did you do? What was your very first step in solving this problem?
Putting 4 circles including Daniel.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw your 4 circles. Tell me if I'm about like that. Okay, I'm really glad most of you caught that there were 4 groups because it's Daniel and his
Friends.
self. It's Daniel's 3 friends and his self. What I left off of my word problem, you had on your sticky label. Okay, and I should be tracking here as we listen to David's thinking. Okay, so once you figure out how many groups, David, then what?
And then I counted all the way to get to 20 tally marks, like 1, 2, 3, and I went to 5.
Okay, let's stop right there. So you started with 1 tally mark here and you just counted until you got to 20? Okay, let's do that together. Ready? Eyes up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, did you make a diagonal? 17, 18, 19, 20. And you knew to stop at 20 because he only has what? 20 cars. So we can't keep counting, right? This was the part that I wanted you to show your count by underneath. So if you added the count bys in, Matai, now can you tell us, what would that look like with this representation?
5, 10, 15,
20. So thumbs up if you did a picture representation similar to David's with circles being your groups. Circles are squares. Thumbs up. Mary Ellen, is that what you did? Okay, please go ahead and add those count bys underneath real quick. Very nice, very nice. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let David finish explaining his thinking. If you have a comment along the way, feel free to raise your hand if you agree or disagree, something you don't understand with his thinking, okay? But we should be tracking the board and tracking David's voice. Okay, so you drew the groups of David. What was your next step? What else did you do?
Then draw my number one.
You drew the number bond next, okay? And here, let's tell me what is that number bond going to look like?
A circle.
Oh.
How you had it.
Okay, so you start out with a circle here.
And then put 20 because that's what it equals.
Okay, and 20 represents the
whole Hot Wheels, I think.
the total amount or our product. Good job. Say it again, Xavier.
Product.
Or can we say that all together? Our product. The 20 represents the total amount of cars Daniel had all together. Okay, and then what else? What's your next step?
Five like sticks, like on like that. And then a circle in each one with 4.
Who was calling those fingers? No one?
No, I don't.
Or is that in Miss Goldman's class? Fingers. Kind of the alien like. Okay. Can you tell me more about your number bun?
And then I put 4 in each one in the circle.
Okay. Hugo, did you have something to share?
I was trying to tell you I disagree with David because he put 5, and except for 4.
Okay, you disagree. Did I hear you say you disagree because he put 5? We're going to just call those fingers, right? He put 5 fingers on his number bun, and you disagree. How come you think it should be 4?
Because Daniel, I put Daniel with his friend.
Okay, Daniel and his friends came out to be how many?
20.
Okay, but Daniel and his friends equaled how many groups altogether? 4 groups. So what do you think about that, David? Should you have 5 groups here or 4 groups? Okay. All right, take a look at your number bond and see if there's anything at this point that you might need to revise. Okay, can you finish up? So now you have your product, your total amount, and your 4 groups. And then what went inside each of your groups, David? 5? Just 1 5?
No.
5 in this one?
Yeah.
So 5 in each. Okay, take a look at your partner's notebook, math notebook, and see if they use this strategy. And if they did, does it look like David's? Good job. Does your strategy look a little? Does your number bond look a little different? Can you do you see anything that you might need to make some revisions on?
3. 3.
How many altogether? How many friends did Hugo just say? No, let's see. There's Daniel and his 1, 2, 3 friends. So that's going to be 4. So I see that you have your 4 groups, but just hold on. Hold on, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, but let's see. How, and there was 20 altogether, right? Is this 5, 10, 15, 20? Is this a group of 5 right here?
3, 6, 9, 12.
This is 3, 6, 9, 12. How could you revise that so it looks like your number button? Okay, eyes up.
Eyes up.
Okay, and then so after we read our problem, we drew our picture that matched that helped us with our thinking. What was the next step that we should include? No one remembers? We've got our drawing. Mary. The equation. Who can share out the multiplication equation? Mary Ellie. Okay, can we say it in the context of our problem? 4 what? 4 groups of 5 equals 20. Good job. Okay. How about let's go back to the context though. 4, can you say it, Mary Ellie? Can you tell me just a little bit more? 4 what? Okay, we should be tracking or listening to Mary Ellie. 4 friends have how many cars? Equals. What are we counting? 20 cars altogether. Let's say that together, her multiplication equation. Ready? 4 friends have 5 cars each for a total of 20 cars, or 20 cars altogether. Okay, real quick, the division equation. Let's see. Yami, what'd you write for your division equation? 20 what? 20 cars.
Shared by 4 friends
Equals 5 what? 5 cars each. Thanks for telling me more. All right, last part of our RDW process was putting a sentence into words that shares your thinking, that concludes up your thinking about the problem. Let's see, Gustavo, did you get that far in your process? No, I see something right here. All right, quietly read yours and I'll come back to you. Yes, Xavier.
Daniel gave 5 cars
Daniel gave 5 cars
to each friend.
to each friend. Did anyone word it a different way? Mary. He gave his 3 friends, they each got 5 cars, and Daniel also got 5 cars. Very nice. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to go ahead and take one last look, see if there's anything else you want to revise on this page. And I'm going to have you go ahead and close your notebooks. Just go ahead. How about you before you close it real quick, how about you put a happy face or a star on your partner's notebook? Happy face or star on your partner's notebook, and they could put one on yours. Okay, we're going to slide those math notebooks. We're not going to be using them again until tomorrow. So you can go ahead and slide those back inside your desk. Okay, I'm looking for a table that's ready in 3, 2, and 1. Now, keep those whiteboards out. Erase side up. Okay, we have about 4 minutes before we're going into our small group. I would like you, before we begin, we've been reviewing some of our math vocabulary. Can someone show me rows with their arms? Rows.
Column.
Can someone show me columns? Okay. Rows of columns. Okay, kind of keep those words in mind. When you're sharing out later, I'm going to ask you to try to remember and use that math vocabulary. Okay, right down the middle of your board vertically, I would like you to draw a line. Vertically. Vertically. Okay, you need to be on your array side of the board. Check your neighbor's board. Make sure that you're on the grid side. I'm calling that array side because that's where we've been making our arrays, right? Our bless you. Our straight down. Which way is vertical? Vertical. Well, horizontal, but vertically. Good job. Is that vertically? Vertical or horizontal? Vertical. I need your lines vertically. There you go. Good job. Okay, we are going to skip count twos using our fingers before we begin. So set your whiteboard markers down. I need to see both fists. Okay, we're ready to begin. Waiting for one person. Oh, waiting for two people. Ready? Okay, starting with our pinky. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, go ahead and grab your whiteboard markers again. I would like you to write that skip count, twos, counting by twos 4 times on the left-hand side of your board. So you're going to count by twos 4 times, right on the left side portion of your board. Go and write that skip count down. Twos 4 times. Look up on the board if you're not sure. Leave some space in between. You're going to be up in the right hand or the left hand quadrant. How many groups of twos? 4. Count by twos 4 times. Here, let's hold up 4 fingers. 4 fingers. Ready? Oh, I need to see everyone. So we're counting by twos 4 times. Ready? 2, 4. Oh, I don't see everyone. Let's start again. 2, 4, 6, 8. Ooh, only 4 groups of twos. Let's try it again. 2, 4, 6, 8. How many numbers should be on your board?
4.
4. Take a look, see if you need to make some, revise what you wrote. 2, 4, 6, 8. Very nice. Good job. Oh, we're still waiting for one person. Okay, on the right side of your board, I would like you to skip count twos or 4s 2 times. So look at 2A up there. We're going to be counting by 4s 2 times. Markers down just for a second though. Show me your fist. We're going to go through our 4s count, stopping at 10. Everybody ready? Do we want to do it like the chant? 24. Okay. Oh, we won't get to 24. Ready? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Do it again. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. One more time. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Okay, on the right side of your board, we're going to count by 4s 2 times. Hold up 2 fingers. Let's do it together. 4, 8. Quickly. On the right-hand side of your board. Okay, check your chat. Oh, and you, boys and girls, try to put a comma in between your numbers so it doesn't look like 48. Good job. Commas in between so it doesn't look like 48. Okay, we're going to have a thinking moment. I want you to look at both of these count bys and tell your partner how you think these 2 count bys relate. How are they similar? What do they have to do? How are they connected? What do they have to do with each other? Okay, share with your partner. How do these count bys relate? You guys are all going to share together. How are they similar? 2, 4, 6, 8, 4, 8.
Because 4 plus 4 equals 8, and 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8.
Okay, one of them has a 4, and so they both have 4s and 8. Any other way they're connected? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Eyes up. Oh, let's try again. Eyes up.
Eyes up.
Okay, anyone like to share any connections they see between these 2 count bys? Oh, let me write mine up. Can you help me out?
2, 4, 6, 8.
Oh, did Miss Wood put too many on hers as well? Oh, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, we don't need these then, right? Okay, how about the other side?
4,
4 and 8. Okay, similarities. How are they connected? Xavier? Some of the numbers are the same. Okay, Jamie, how are they alike?
all go up to 8.
Okay, they both stop at 8. Okay, Leah.
You see the 4 and 8 are,
Roll loud.
you can see in the 2 the 4 and 8 and the regular 4
Okay. All right. What I'd like you to do in quick 15 seconds, I would like you to draw an array under both of these skip counts. So your board is divided in half. I would like you to first draw an array that shows this counting by 2s 4 times and an array that represent counting by 4 2 times.
Array?
Yes. An array that matches your count by. Ready? Go. An array using your X's on your grid. Go. So how many groups of 2 do you have?
2.
Think about how many groups of 2 do you have in the first count by. How many groups of 2 do you have? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So be thinking. How many groups of 2 do you have in the first one? Go ahead and put your X's there. How many groups of 2 do you have in the second one? Quickly. How many groups of 2 do you have in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many groups do we have? Good job. How many groups do we have in this one, honey? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead. You need to do your X's.
I don't get
Okay, talk to your neighbor if you need some help. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what are we counting by? How many should be in each group? Boys and girls, think about how many groups we have. Oh, some of you are doing way too much work. How many groups do we have, Mary Ellie? In the first one. How many groups do we have? Oh, sorry, where are you? We have 4 groups. Let's put our markers down just for a minute. And I need your eyes right up here. We're going to be comparing these two count bys and comparing our arrays. So it's very important that our arrays represent the count bys correctly. So your markers should be down. I should have your eyes right now. Okay, sorry, Mary Ellie. How many groups of 2 do we have here? 4. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're counting by what? What are we making? 2s. So how many should be in each of our groups? 2. Can you please draw this array on your board? 4 groups of 2. 4 groups of 2. That's what the count by represents. 4 groups of 2. And then I would like you to write and then I would like you to come over to the right side of your board and do the same thing on the right side of your board. Draw an array that matches your right side. Good job. I like the way Mary Ellie labeled her array. So now how many groups do you have? How many groups of 4 do you have? 1, 2. Okay, quickly. And you're going to come over here. How many groups of 4 do you have? How many groups of 4 do you have? Right here. 2. And how many should be in each? What are we counting by? 4. Okay, eyes up. Okay, some of you are making the connection. Some of you are get stuck. How many groups do we have here?
2.
How many groups do we have here?
4.
Okay, so we have 2 groups. How many X's should I make going down vertically? 2. How many are going to be, what are we counting by?
4.
4. Let's say it together. We're counting by 4. So how many should be in each of my groups? 4. Can you please go ahead and draw 4? Draw an array that has 2 groups of 4. Oh, my marker's a little bit big. Okay, and the last thing before we do some action with our board, I would like you to write a multiplication under each of those, a multiplication equation that matches. A multiplication equation that matches this array, your 4 groups of 2, and a multiplication equation that matches your 2 groups of 4. Ready? Go. In 5, 4, 3, oh, quickly, 2, and 1. You're just writing an equation that matches those arrays. Good job. Okay, think about how many groups you have. Very nice. How many groups? How many in each group? Very nice. Check your partner's board and see if they're if you agree with their thinking. Okay, so how many groups do you have here? 2, 4, 8. So you have 2 groups. Let's see, 2x is going down. How many are going to be in each group? No, we're counting by how many? 4. Okay, Nia, can you tell me what equation you wrote for this one? 4, oh, sorry. What? This one. No. 4 groups of 2 equal 8. Thumbs up if you agree? Okay, Lucero, what multiplication equation did you write for this array? 2 groups of 4 equals 8. Thumbs up if you agree. Oh, thumbs up if you agree. If you disagree, let me know. Okay. All right, we're going to do one last thing. Do not erase your arrays. Oh. Okay, take a look at this statement on the board. Your marker should be down. Let's read it together. Ready? 2 groups of 4 equal 4 groups of 2. Let's have a thinking moment. Talk to your partner if you think that is true or false. Xavier, tell your partner why you think it's false. What do you guys think? True or false? And how come you think it's true? How come you think they're the same? Because they have the same factors. Okay. Okay, eyes up. Oh, let's try again. Eyes up. Okay, Mary Ellie, could you share your thinking on this? Okay. Okay, Mary Ellie thinks that this statement is true because the factors are the same.
Oh, and the product is the same.
Anyone else? Anyone else would like to share their thinking? David, what did you think? True or false?
It's true because both of them have the same factor and the same product. Because it's like the same array, but it's not. You turn it 90 degrees.
Oh, well, you're a little ahead of us. Okay, well, let's stop right there and let's see if we can try that out. What I'd like you to do is take your board. Your board should look something like this. And I would like you to do, David, can you tell us what we're going to do with our boards now? What did you just say?
Turn it 90 degrees.
We're going to rotate our boards 90 degrees. And tell your neighbor what you noticed about what happened to your arrays. What did you notice? What happened? No, how did it change? What happened to the factors? Did they switch places? So the row became the column and the column became the row. Okay. All right, eyes in. 3, 2, and 1. Who can tell me what they noticed? How about I switch my array up? Let me rotate mine the same way you rotated yours. So we're going 90 degrees. What did you notice about the array? Xavier.
They use the turnaround rule with the 4 and the 2.
Okay, which they? The 4 and the 2 are our, what do we call those?
Factors.
Our factors. So they, what did they do?
They commutative property.
Okay, showed commutative property. They switched places, right? So look, our rows became our columns, and our columns became our rows. Can we leave this? Is this label correct now?
No.
Can I leave this? How come I can't leave this label?
Because it changed. Because they use the turnaround.
Do I still have 2 groups here?
No.
I have how many groups? Oh, okay. All right, let's take a look at our second array. Maybe.
Same thing.
Oh. Oh, well, maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're going 90 degree with this array. Does that look like what you have on your board now?
Yep.
Okay, Matai, what happened to the second array? Okay, and what happened to our factors?
It changed. It switched back like instead of 2 times. 2 4 is 4.
Very nice. Can I leave the label? Can I leave the label the same on that one? No, I would have to change. Okay, let's go back and revisit this question one more time. So, is the statement 2 groups of 4 equals 4 groups of 2? Could you please write that on your board if you think it is true or if you think that is false? You could just put a T or an F. Okay, we're going to take a pause right there. I want you to leave your boards just like they are. We're going to come back and revisit this idea. Thank you. We're going to break into our small groups. If you go with Miss Spoon, you're going to head back to your table. If you go, and you need your pencil, please. If you go with Mr. Carl, you're going to head back to Mr. Carl's table. If you normally come with me to the oval carpet, go ahead and stand up. We're going to start heading that way, and half of you are going to go with Miss Sabos. No, just head this way. Okay, you can go with Miss Lanigan. Sorry, we're running a little bit late. You can go with Miss Lanigan. You can go with Miss Lanigan, and you can go with Miss Lanigan. Okay, everyone else is right here with me. Oh, crisscross, quickly, crisscross. Oh, who am I missing? Mary Ellie. Okay, here, just, let's see if we have an extra. Just borrow one from someone, honey. Okay, so yesterday, boys and girls, make sure you bring your pencils. Okay, so yesterday we were working on identifying group sub and group size. Today we're working on, what do we call that again? Can we say the word again? The commutative property of multiplication. All right, so take a look. Do you need a whiteboard to write on? You got a pencil, honey? Okay, so the same thing that we did up on the board that you did on your whiteboard, we're going to take a look. But before we do that, let's take a look at our arrays on number 5. So flip over to the other side. Bless you. Oh, sorry. Okay, what do you notice about that? If you had to label that array, or let's just go ahead and do that. Can you label that array for me? Today is the 13th. Awesome. Okay, let's take a look at the array of fish, and let's go ahead and label that array. How many groups do we have, Daniel? No. How many groups do we have? Okay, remember, vertically is going to be our groups, right? Vertically. So we have 4 groups of how many are in each group? How many fish are in each group? 2. Can you go ahead and label that, please? You did. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, so at the top it says write and solve a different multiplication equation to describe each array. So you've labeled yours, right? Okay, I like the way that Aaron is putting some lines underneath his. Am I the only one who doesn't have a pencil? Okay, so Aaron put some lines. It's okay, I'll use this one. Does that help? Does that kind of make it easier for your brain to see the rows? Okay, show me a row. Very nice. How many rows do we have? Oh, Daniel, how many rows do we have? 1. No, how many rows? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Daniel, I want to see you, hold on just a minute. I want to see you underlining your rows, okay? Because that'll help you not confuse the rows with the number, the group size. Okay, so if we labeled that, Daniel, what would you put right here on this side? 4, because we have 4 groups of, or 4 rows. And how many in each row? 2. We have 2 in each row. That's going to be our vertical, our columns. Okay, can we write an equation right next to that on the line? What would our equation, now remember, the multiplication equation has to match the picture. So it should say, how many, good job, Daniel. Did you label yours? 4 groups of how many? There you go. And we're going to do a full equation, which means we're going to have the answer, we're going to have our product included in that, not just an expression. Okay, if you could put your board down just a little bit, I'll be able to see your work. Very nice. Okay, you wrote yours up there a little bit. Okay, let's take a look at our next. So what should it say? Help me out with my equation. 4 groups of 2 fish equals 8 fish altogether. So when we say our sentence, I want us to try to say it in the context of what we're talking about, okay? Because that makes it a little bit easier for our brains to understand. Yeah, so let's take a look at the next array. Do we need to draw a line underneath? So how many groups do we have, Aaron C? In this one. We have 2 groups. Can we label that, please? Can we label our groups right here? Very nice. Mary Ellie, how many do we have in each group? 4. Can we go ahead and label that? And then can we write a multiplication equation that matches this? Awesome. And want multiplication equation? Okay, so what should our factors be? 2
groups of 4.
Okay, and can we say that multiplication sentence with the factors and product using the context? Ready? 2 groups of 4 fish in all. Good job. High five your partner. Oh, good job. Up. Okay, don't leave anybody out. Okay, so we have these 2 arrays. Oh, well, I did this way. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the next one. We're going to draw our array. The first array was drawn for you. The second array, or the second problem, you're going to draw the array yourself. Is it easier for you to draw pictures or to draw an actual array with X's? The actual array? Why is that easier than the pictures? What do you think?
Because with the array, you make one picture, and then when you draw your pictures, you have to so you have to know how to draw it.
Yeah, so when we draw the picture, that's kind of fun sometimes, right? But when you draw, I like what Aaron said, when you draw the array using the X's, it's more efficient. That means your X's line up nice and neat. You don't have to worry about getting your pictures all the same size. Yeah, you have to understand if it's groups of we're looking for, or if it's group size we're looking for, or if it's the total we're looking for. So let's take a look at this problem, and we're going to see. Oh, I don't think we're solving. We're going to see if we agree with the statement or not. Can we? Well, we might draw an array after. Let's read the problem together. Mrs. Ooh, what do we do when we come to a name that's kind of strange like that? What's a strategy? Yeah, we could just put someone else's name. But whose name do we want to use?
Adrian.
Okay, Adrian. Okay, let's do it. Mrs. Adrian writes everyone together, 2 groups of 7 equals 7 groups of 2 on the board. Do you agree or disagree? Draw the arrays to help explain your thinking. Ooh, so what's the first array you're going to draw? You can definitely draw a line down the middle. Yep. So you're going to draw an array on both sides. One to represent 2 groups of 7, the other to represent 7 groups of 2. Go on, we're going to do that in about 1 minute. Speedy.
Since we're still talking about 6 and 2.
So we're doing 2 groups. So how many down? 2 groups. Remember your rows and your columns. 2 groups of how many are going to be in each of your groups? There you go. Good girl. Oh, I like the way Aaron's labeling his array. And I like the way you guys ask about putting the line down the middle, Mary Ellen. That might help you. So do you want to put a line right here down the middle? So you drew this array. Now you need to draw the other array. 7 groups of 2. Nice, Daniel. Good job. Good job. I like the way you were underlining those groups. Awesome. Okay, so how many do we have? Can you label that?
I agree.
2. Oh, you're a little bit ahead of us. Show me you're finished. Show me a number bond that goes with that if you're done. Very nice. And then can you write the equation underneath? What is it? 2 groups of 7. Okay. Very nice. Okay, 15 seconds. Quick. Oh. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just like we did on our whiteboard. If you don't have both of your arrays drawn, who can help me out with the first array? What should it look like? How many groups do we have for our 2 groups of 7? We have 2 groups, and how many in each group? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, did I leave enough room? 7. Oh, did you guys stay, when you guys work on your whiteboards, you stay nice in the grids? Okay, if I labeled that, what would go on this side? What would this factor be? 2 groups of 7. And my equation on the bottom? 2 groups of
7 fish equal 14
How did you know it was 14?
because I know
Oh,
So now you've done that, you've looked at it, now you want to.
can you show us that? Let's try Mary Ellie's strategy. Ready, Aaron? So we're gonna hold up how many fingers? 7. Okay, ready? And we're counting by 2s. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Ooh, I like that strategy. Different way?
I know that 2 represents 7 plus 7. Because 7 plus 7, I already know it's 14.
Oh, because that's a double. So David did it. Mary Ellie counted by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And David used repeated addition and counted 7 plus 7. Nice job. What's our next array going to look like? How many groups? How many groups do we have? 7. And Daniel, how many did we put in each group? 2. And what did our equation look like, Destiny? What would go down here on the bottom? How many groups do we have?
So 2 by 4
Huh? Do we have 2 groups?
it's the same, isn't it?
7 groups of 2. And what does that equal?
In number B, why are the factors?
14. Does everyone agree? The same product? Same product? Let's try Mary Ellie's strategy. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh, let's try David's strategy. 7, 14. 7 plus 7, 14. Okay, so would that be, would you agree or disagree with that statement? That's 2 groups of 7? 2 groups of 7 equals 7 groups of 2. Okay, Daniel, what do you think? Do you think that statement is correct? Okay, let's rotate our papers real quick, 90 degrees, and see what happens to those arrays.
It was the same as the other one. It was the same as the other one.
So look at this, 2 groups of 7 turned into the 7 groups of 2. This 7 groups of 2 turned into the 2 groups of 7. Very nice. And what do we call that? What do we call it when the factors exchange places? Let's try it together. When the factors exchange places, the commutative. I know Miss Wood wants to say it with an N too. It's commutative. There's no N there. Ready? Let's try it. Commutative property. Okay, can you ring the chime for us, David? Okay, how about we set our whiteboards right here? We're going to go head back to our seat for exit ticket. Thank you. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to head back to our seats for a quick exit tickets. If you want to wrap up what you're doing, make sure your name's on your paper. Yes, you can leave it right there. Very nice job. Make sure your names are on so we can get all of your great work. Well, why don't we just hang on to them for just a minute? Don't erase. No, let's not erase right now. Okay, I like the way Jesus's table is back quickly. Oh, I like the way Mary's table is back quickly. Nice job. Very nice. Okay, so boys and girls, when we multiply and change the orders of the factors, so when we have 4 groups of 2 and 2 groups of 4 and those factors change places, does the product change? I'm going to say it again so you can be tracking. Ready? When you have, and Miss, oh, we don't want to log off. When we have 2 groups of 4 and 4 groups of 2, those factors change places. Did our product change? Oh, let's hear it together. Yes or no? Oh, some people say yes, some people say no. Oh, let's go back and take a look. Here's our 4 groups of 2. Here's our 2 groups of 4. Did the product change? Did our answer change? No. The array, the 2 groups of 4 became the 4 groups of 2. The 4 groups of 2 became the 2 groups of 4. So what we explored today was called the, what's our new word? Oh, let's try it together. Commutative property. Show me what that looks like with your motion. And why we say the word? Commutative property. Okay, so it's important that tomorrow when we come back to our arrays, we're going to explore a little bit more about how commutative property can help us with all of our math facts. It can help us work efficiently and help us work smart in math. Okay, in your own words, would you tell your partner what your definition of commutative property is? Go. What does that mean? When the factors change. Oh, does the product change? Does the product switch? The factors change. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Eyes up.
Eyes up.
Okay, Matai, could you share your thinking with us?
It's just that the factor just changes, the product stays.
Can you tell us in a complete sentence? Commutative property is?
Property is that the factor changes and the product stays the way it is.
Okay, and multiplication, the factors change, the product stays the way it is. Does anyone else want to say that in their own words? Say it a different way. How about in regards to arrays? Commutative property is when the arrays, who can finish that?
Switch.
Oh, you're thinking. Nia.
Switch places.
Oh, can you tell me in a whole sentence?
Oh,
Commutative property is?
commutative property is when they switch places.
Oh, when what switches places?
The factors.
Factors, but thinking about the arrays, what's happening? Commutative property when it comes to our arrays is when the arrays,
Columns and rows.
when,
Change
okay, when you can rotate them 90 degrees and sit lolly. The rows turn into the columns and the columns turn into the rows. Okay, high five your partner for all your hard work today. Oh, okay, just one. Just one's good. All right, let's go ahead and erase those whiteboards. We need our whiteboard markers snapped shut. And I'm going to look for a table who's ready to go to recess.